Hello everyone, this is Gorax with another Aschetius the endgame boss in Season 4 DragonHeir Silent Goods video. Today I will go over the Flora team, which is something still very powerful. Now, before we go over what I'm using and the equipment, I'll show you what you need to know, as I've done 92 million damage, but all of you will do way better. If you look at the buffs available to me, there's no buffs available to me when it comes to the guild buffs, as well as the buffs available after finishing missions. So this will reduce my damage quite significantly, because my heroes will have less haste, less attack and less HP and defense, which makes them very vulnerable as well. Also, at this stage, your psychic core should be maxed out. If you're one of these whales who have Flora but don't have Rook, this team will work very well, as I don't think there is any other team except the Rook team that can do over 200 million currently with what I have on a test server, especially not the Poison and not Corrosion team without Rook. So in here, instead of going Ogok and Calavera like I did with Rook team, I wanted to show you the power with Scenario as well. With Ogok, you know, we can survive over 7 minutes without any of these buffs. With Scenario, we can do 6 minutes and over, so a little bit less, and that's due to how this boss fight is. Now, if you don't have Calavera, or you want to use Calavera in your Rook team because you have both of them, you can put Furbav here and he will work in a very similar fashion as Calavera. It will mean your team is a little bit more vulnerable though, as Furbav doesn't provide great utility with his ultimate compared to Calavera's defense up. Now, when it comes to our damage dealers, obviously the main damage dealer here is Flora. With her exclusive artifact, she is going to use the new set, I mean the improved Enlightenment set, as it went to 25% instead of 20% compared to previous seasons, and we're gonna build her around attack and Enlightenment whenever possible. So as you can see, quite high attack and quite high Enlightenment. Our second damage dealer will be Tonalnen. Now, you can try and see what works best for you. You can build Tonalnen with Poison of the Swamp, or you can also use the Chest of Radiance to boost Flora's damage even more. Again, try both of them and see which one works better for you. The Chest of Radiance will also improve the survivability of the team, so it will be easier to go over 100 million damage, but you should have no problems going over 100 million, as I don't have access to all the buffs. Again, since it's a test server, I try to use the Undead set here, and the damage will be lower compared to the damage you can do with the Undead set on a global server, due to this set not being fixed the way it should. And similar with Eric, who will be our Witches Remains applier, we're gonna use this Shadow of Death set, which I'm not gonna use in different videos going forward. This set basically is bugged here because it doesn't really help. The 3-piece effect doesn't help on the test server, while we know it's been fixed on global. So I'm losing damage here as well. So basically I'm showing you that despite me not having optimized equipment, I am still doing over 100 million damage. And the next important thing is the skill timings, right? So if you remember, I've been playing Ogok at 25 seconds and 30-second rotation, Calavera at 20-second and 30-second rotation. So I'm doing the same thing, although we don't really need this invincibility. That is not as important as Ogok's immortality, as this only keeps one hero alive, but it is still better than nothing. Obviously, we will get a heal at 30 seconds with Big Shield, which will help us to survive the damage and the extra damage, because we don't have a good way of blocking the debuffs or dispelling them when it's necessary. Now, Flora will be the first one applying her ultimate. We'll follow with Arish to do defense down, and then we will follow up with Tonalnen. And that's basically the rotation and the setup here. Once again, if you're playing against this boss, sadly, you will be required to eventually manually cast your skills, as they will desync, because with this team, we can't really dispel the buffs quick enough, and if we get a recharge speed penalty on one and not all of the heroes, they will desync as they will cast their ultimate slower compared to the team. So what happens here usually is Flora casting her ultimate after Eric's ultimate, so that is not optimal and you want to avoid that. Otherwise, we can play our supports on auto and just slowly look at what's happening on the screen. As you can see, Eric is now casting the ultimate a little bit earlier. So if that happens, you can adjust it by just slowing down, removing the ultimate, casting everyone else's ultimate, and going back to the 10 speed and try to achieve your highest score. Again, I believe this boss is going to be quite annoying, and hopefully these videos will give you an idea how to do this, as you know, when the boss is released on global, everyone will be testing themselves as well. So if that comes to it, please let me know how would you improve this team. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!